Thank you, Jason, for your request for a swing analysis. You conclude by looking at your own video that you've got a swing that's perhaps too long and that it goes a little over the top and that you're standing a little too far from the ball. All of which are true, subtly. And you say that with your driver you get a lot of fades or slices, and with your irons you get a draw. That's an interesting combination. Well, it's not uncommon in golf that people hit their irons better than their woods. So let's talk about what I think is going on and what we should do about it. You're certainly standing a good distance from the ball, but by the time you get ready, it's a proper posture. You bias correctly, and the distance from the ball, and particularly with a wood, means that there's a great tendency, and this is associated with what you describe as an overswing, is to swing around you very horizontally. Now, golf is like a big wagon wheel that's leaning on the wall behind you. And if you make the back end, the high end of the wheel, lower because you've swung around you, the front end is higher, also farther from you. When a golf club goes up, it goes out. This is particularly true with the driver, that's significant because it tends to mean that you're going to hit the ball in the neck. Now, there's a thing called a gear effect, which is that if you catch the ball in that part of the club, the ball is actually going to take on a spin that goes to the right, and obviously you're dealing with that. Jack Nicklaus, actually a very famous golfer, actually purposely hit the ball there whenever he needed to guarantee that he wouldn't go to the left. Brilliant, obviously a great champion. So your job is to not have to then correct for this tendency to hit in the neck, but you do. Why wouldn't you? And so that's where this over the top comes from, because you're actually steepening the swing so that it comes down closer to you when you hit the ball. I would suggest that we should make that less necessary by testing your swing up in the air, maybe just below the knee, and trying to make it as perfectly circular as you can, and then tipping your body over and doing it again closer to the ground, and wait until you can actually brush the ground without any adjustments. That angle should make it more consistent and effective and less likely to hit in the neck. Now, because you tend to have to pull in, you then lift up to try to avoid hitting the ground, because that action tends to dig down deeply, and that pulling up just compounds the difficulty. So if you're swinging better and you've gone through this process of swinging up here, lower, lower, and brushing the ground, then you should find that as you go through the ball, you can keep your body actually facing the ball for 1/10 of a second longer. Sounds easy, it's not. What you tend to do is pull up and around for good reason. So look for a swing that allows you to release the club past your head and keep your body facing the ball for just a second, or 1/10 of a second longer.